Thy Grace Part 2 by Kofi Kinata. He has some Black Star song, the latest, for the World Cup. A very, very good song. I'll try and find it. One of these days we'll play it. Maybe tomorrow we will. Yeah, but that guy is good. All right, anyway, let's get into our roundtable discussion this morning. Today, we are talking about something very, very important. Now, for a long time, we were told that this was the path to success, or this is what success looked like. You go to school, you study hard, get a good grades. After that, find a job. Once you get the job, you go and work in there, do your best, get promoted, take courses, continue climbing the corporate ladder till you get to the top. But today, many young people are not interested in that. They want to jump from, we see a lot of people hopping from one job to another, hopping from one industry to another. Somebody's in marketing. The next time you see them, they are doing something completely different. And so what exactly is happening? Why is this happening? How can even corporate entities or how can employers actually take advantage of this? What can they do differently? So the big question is that, is the traditional corporate career losing its appeal, or are young people simply redefining what success looks like today in the world of work? And my guest is seated, and she's ready to have this conversation with me this morning. It's always a pleasure to sit with Lydia Quising. She's a career coach and HR consultant. Lydia, you're welcome.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm doing well.
Yeah, yes. We thank God so much for your life. And thanks so much for coming, because I know that the rains, sometimes when it rains like that, the floods and all of that. Aside that, your bed, sometimes you don't want to get out of bed, but you had to wake up to be here this morning, and I'm really grateful. Really grateful. All right, so let's get into it. Where do I even start from? So my first question is that, are young people less loyal to their employers or their companies? Is that the case? Is it that they are less loyal, or they are seeing something different?
Great. It's a broader question, and we have to I have to digress to answer.
Okay, to answer, that's fine.
Right. So yes. Okay. So good morning to all the listeners and our audience. So the truth of the matter is that, we have seen how COVID came, globally, and how loyalty or those who stay on the job for long were actually laid off. Yeah. We saw that. People worked for 30 years, 20 years, 15 years, and there was nothing the companies could do or employers could do to, hang them in.
Right.
Because, no, you have to go. How when restructurings are done, people are laid off. So as a young generation, as a young person coming up, you've seen your daddy sacrifice 40 years. Recently, I got engaged with someone who joined the company at age 20, going on retirement at age 60, and the only thing they could give him was a tabletop fridge.
40 years?
40 years of his life. A gentleman. He told me, Lydia, I have to even take a loan from a church to enable me get a car all my life. So, listening to someone like that and being, if I'm in the same company, what am I? Is there a future? So COVID came. We saw how committed, longevity were rewarded.
Yeah.
Okay? They didn't say, let's see if 2 years... No, you got to go. The employer thought of the organization.
The organization, yeah.
Yes. So people have seen over the years how longevity are rewarded and how, I'll not even put it loyalty, but loyalty are rewarded. And then the question is, so what next? If 15 years was laid off within an inch,
and you 2 years and 1 year.
What do I have to lose?
Right.
So aside that, it's not about less loyalty. It's about now the realities of the work environment.
Okay.
Realities of the work environment and misalignment between expectations of these young generation and then structures.
How do you mean?
What I mean is that, so when young generations join industries, they are looking for, clear path in terms of promotions, clear path in terms of rewards, salaries, looking at the cost of living. Now, they join and then it is like rigid. You have to stay on one, career for like 6 years before you are promoted. There are times that you don't even know that it's not clear when I'm going to be promoted. That is not even clear, because you see other people who are 6 years and they are still there. So you are not too sure. And then the expectations are that we see other of our colleagues, because of social media, progressing globally. The person is 25 years, he's the CEO for another company. The person is 30 years, the person is doing well. You go on LinkedIn, you see people doing great things. And they are young and they are thriving. And today, what I call misalignment is that it's not about how long you stayed. It's about the skills you are bringing on board. Because digitalization is rising faster. AI automation is rising faster. Digital literacy is rising faster. And so if I have all these things, these skills, these tools, and the traditional workplace is not, able to absorb these skills that I have, then why won't I look at somewhere else where it is not about how many years of experience, but demonstrate what you have. Let us know your skills and then give you the job regardless of the number of years you have. I will not stay. So it is not about the young generations. It is about how the traditional cultures are, organizations are structured that are not able to come into alignment with the younger generation and what is expected. And that is where the issue is. Yes.
I see. So you talk about restructuring as one of them. A lot of the young people see the restructurings that are going on in companies and all of that, and they are worried. You talk about technology as well, the AI and all of these things displacing people. So now people are also skeptical. And then you talk about the expectations in terms of what they are getting, remuneration and all of that. These are the things. But is this limited to just Ghana, or is it a global thing?
It is not limited to Ghana. It's a global thing. But it's just that the Ghanaian traditional industries, they are still thinking that it is just like before. So
how so?
So let's say you have an organization and you are thinking that, oh, if this person go, another one will come. But maybe the person who just left have stayed with you for 3 years. The other one will come and
you've trained them.
You've trained them and all that. You go. And then, yes, another one will come. But the truth of the matter is that maybe the person will not last for 2 months. Because that person may have given you loyalty and number of years. Though you think you have trained the person and all that. But this person will not have the patience to wait when things are not clear. So it is high time these traditional industries sit down and understand this younger generation and meet them halfway. Not, compromising what their values are and all that. But let's listen. If all the people in your organization are 30, 40, 50, 60, and whenever these 2018 people come in, they don't, thrive and they are leaving. The question is that your company does not have a future. Sustainability is not there. Because when all these people, fade out, who is going to continue for you? Continuity. So that is where you have to sit down and adapt and have a conversation with this younger generation, understand them, because most of these people are looking for flexibility. Now, let's look at the cost of living in Ghana, in Africa. Okay. If entry level, you are giving me something that, my TNT cannot cover. Even TNT, I want to work for you. But it cannot cover my TNT. I come into a dialogue and I say, can I work 3 days? Come in 3 days, still give you the results, and then remote 2 days, so I can balance. And you are rigid with your traditional structures and system and say, hey, no, we don't do that here. The person will not stay with you. The person will go because he's looking at, yes, I want to work here, but I want to do something else to support myself. So I'll not go hungry and not be able to maintain myself. So the flexibility aspect. Look at this morning. I asked my friend a question. This is the time organizations might think through the flooding system, the road situation, the security, the convenience. Can it be that when these rains are coming can we have work from home like structures so that employees feel that, oh, our lives are also, I mean, a matter of concern.
Right.
So it is high time traditional structures and organizations. I mean, you should know that, hey, if people have stayed with you for 40 years, 30 years, 20 years, and if you do a research or a survey today, and your younger generation is less than 5%, your company's longevity is at stake. It is high time we look at some of these things and then do a thorough research to understand the demands of, I mean, the new realities. Because as I sit here, I mean, globally, jobs are everywhere. I go on LinkedIn, I see remote job, HR manager, work from home, and even sometimes the stipends are better.
Yeah.
And I have my flexibility as well. Now I have to be moving every day, wake up at 5 a.m. or be in the vehicle 5 a.m., travel to your organization up and down. And within a short while, like a week, I can't come, and you can't give me 1 week to get like my healing and resume work. I'll leave, because I've seen people who sacrifice their life, and even on the day of barrier, about 3 people just showed up
with some 1,000 CDs.
Oh, sometimes coins. You see, so I mean, we have to rethink the narrative. We have to rethink the structure, the systems. And it is not just about the younger generation. It's about us.
Yeah.
Are we ready? Are we ready for them? So that is the question.
I see. And so you're saying that this is like something global. We're seeing it in several parts of the...
Yes.
But why do you think that most corporate entities or maybe employers continue to hold on to that belief that if you are not in the office, you are not working?
Okay. So it's a 50-50. Sometimes organizations or companies have not put down clear structures. Okay. In terms of monitoring, evaluation, and all that, to ensure that, when the person is in the house, still work continue.
Yeah.
The other thing is also about presenteeism. It is high time we understand that it is not just about being there, like physically there, that connotes outcome. Because seriously, I've seen people go to the office very early, and then the whole day did just one typing or one letter, and they are done, wasting electricity, wasting, I mean, your data and all that, and they are not doing anything. But you go there and they are there, like everyone is
like
present,
work is going on.
As if work is going on. And I've seen 2 just people in the office on rotation, and the outcome massive. So it is high time we look at these kind of things.
Right.
We have to think outside the box and not just be rigid with our standard. Other ways, the issue of trust. Now, you know, the concern of most employers are, you know how Ghanaians always want to beat the system. Even if you put camera there, they have a way of, I mean...
Yeah, bypassing the whole thing.
I mean, they can cover the camera and still do whatever they want to do. And I've seen a lot of things like that. So the issue of trust. The question is, are we ready to be trustworthy as young professionals?
Yeah.
So we can also be given that room to do things in a flexible way and still produce results. That is the question. So most people, especially the older generations, they are like, you give them 1 inch and you call them and they are saying network, and they don't want to be online. They are saying network and all that. So we have to really look at the situation. Is it about us? Is it about them? And what can we do better? I believe that these foreign organizations that are adapting remote work, hybrid, and all that, they've put down key structures and systems that enhance monitoring and also give people the room, the creativity, the room to breathe. Because nobody wants to be suffocated. Like, because I'm working from home, every single minute I have to be on live video. It doesn't make sense. So we should be able to draw the lines and then make sure that there's a system where we can actually monitor, okay?
Yeah.
We can monitor and still get the result that we need. Sometimes just give people, because sometimes someone can be coming to the office the whole month, but this work, if the person is in the house, can do it within a week or 2. So sometimes you just have to give people that kind of leverage. Okay. And now most of the works that are emanating are project-based. project based. So let's say the project is for 6 months. I do it. I get my money. I move on. Okay. And this same project based work is given to someone as full time longevity, and it's taking forever. But if you give the person room, the person can produce results for you within a short while. For me, I have that flexibility with my employer because they have seen that if I even spend 2 hours in the office, the result surpasses everybody who has been there 8 hours. So you don't have to box me.
Right.
For me, because if you box me, I'll not do much. Okay?
Yeah.
I'll not do much, but if you give me that flexibility,
right,
I'll also be committed because I know that, I'm also trying my best. The only issue is that we shouldn't overdo things. We shouldn't overdo things in the sense that you know that you are supposed to do ABC. Try and be professional at it.
Yeah.
Career path and building a professional career journey, it actually depends on you also trying to be truthful, committed, consistent, and loyal.
All right.
Because regardless, even if you want to build something for yourself and you are not truthful, you are not loyal, you are not consistent, you will not thrive as an individual.
That's true.
So if you know how to have a clear balance between your professional loyalty, consistency, and that of what you are doing, you not have issues.
That's true.
You always have a clear balance. So the trust is also a concern.
Very important.
Trust is a concern for a lot. And also, we should also be careful. Not all jobs can be remote.
Okay. Yeah, very important. I think so.
Not all jobs.
I can't be doing remote job hosting this show here.
Yes, unless they create a mini studio for you in your house.
Yeah, that's true.
It can be possible, but there's a more, a remote one, so that they can even be doing a lot of things at the same time, streaming like 3 multiple shows at the same time.
That's true.
It's possible, but it demands a lot of things.
Yeah.
So we also have to be clear with that. Not all jobs can be remote. But these people in search are also giving some kind of leverage so that there's a rotation balance to allow them to, give off their best. Yes.
You made a point about the situation in terms of the flooding around this time and all of that. And I think that's like a brilliant thing. I've not thought about it, honestly.
When I was coming this morning, I just told myself, if I get to the office and only one person is, I'm not bothered. Because I understand that. I just have to call those and then make sure that if there are few things they have to do, they do it from wherever they are. It is high time. Now, as we sit here, some people are being queried. You imagine that someone is late and the person has a query because the person says, there is flood. So indirectly, that toxic environment also drives, the younger generation away. Okay, because sometimes we have to also be fair. We have to create an enabling environment for the people that we work with so that they can have the peace of mind to give us the best result that we need.
But I think you also talk about the trust bit of it. Some of the young people also take advantage.
Yeah, it's very important.
That's also something that we have
and that is character and attitude.
Yeah.
Few people will do it and it covers all. But there are some, even when they are in the office, they are still not trustworthy.
That's true.
And so we have to look at
those people.
Yes.
Right. Anyway, so one of the things that you spoke about as the reason why most of the young professionals are not one of the things that the young professionals are looking for is flexibility.
Yes.
You mentioned that. What does flexibility mean for a young person today?
Great.
Yes.
So for a young person, flexibility means that I have work-life balance. I don't have to sacrifice all my life. I can work and still do certain things that I have to do. Okay, so that kind of balance is there. And whenever I have to do something with the consent of my employer, I'm able to do it. Not that you can't do this. You're on probation, so stay. My mom is sick. Sit down. Bring proof of this. Every time, that kind of tension. No, they will not stay.
They'll say you're stressing them.
Yes.
I think the word stress today is like one of the most used words among young people.
Yes. They will not stay.
You can't come and stress me.
They will not stay. Sometimes they come with a lot of expectations. So when they come, they are calculating and taking their notes. Recently, I had to interfere in some conversations. And the issue is that for the past few months, anyone who comes in leaves the organization. Anyone who comes in. And this is a very calm environment, nice, cozy and all that. So I have to understand, it was about leadership. Okay, the person has just joined the company. The person wants to go on training. You said, oh, you just joined, you are not up to your probation, so we can't give you time to train. Is there a way we can balance? Go for the training. We will not pay you, or let's strike a balance. Come back and then let's continue.
Right.
The person is also, you are also not losing. The individual is also not losing. Some will come back, return with the knowledge, and still continue, knowing that, oh, even whilst on probation, I was given that flexibility to go on a training. Yesterday, I was on a long call with someone who resigned, and I was asking why. The person said, I had a school MBA too, and my manager says I should defer for a year because they can't let me. The person is stationed outside Accra. They can't. And I said, I even asked for 6 months. They didn't allow me. So you can imagine. Why should I stay there?
Right. So
these are some of the concerns. Flexibility is not about I want to stay home and work alone. It's about work-life balance and ability to be listened to. And let me feel that I am engaged, I'm involved, that kind of thing. It's not just about, they want to stay home. No, nobody is lazy. It's about that kind of freedom to also do certain things.
And that's what the young people are looking for today.
Exactly. Nia, I believe you are also looking out for such. Personally, any conversation about job for me now, it's about, will you be able to give me that flexibility to, do certain things? Because I know what I can do for you. I know my responsibilities and I'll do it. But when I have to do certain things for myself, will you give me the opportunity? And this kind of social media, accolades, and you have to be visible.
Yeah, that's true.
So if I'm not able to do certain things to be visible, it means that you are also limiting my chance of getting other opportunities. Aside that, yesterday I heard something, it just occurred to me. So that kind of thing. And aside that, I've seen other people who are even doing content creation. They are not working and they are doing well.
Yeah.
So, why won't we, help them balance it? Let's help them balance it. You are not going to lose. In fact, this younger generation, the things they know how to do, I tell you, it will take you a lifetime to do it.
Yeah.
I remember a story about someone who was working with one of these media communications. It's a leading one. I don't want to mention their name for sake of confidentiality. Right. And the manager did not understand why just after any interview, the person is done with a write-up and is like within 30 minutes is ready for publication. So the person was like, I can work 1 hour a day. And because whatever I'm supposed to sit down and do 8 hours, I'm doing it within 30 minutes. The person was using AI and other tools, and the person was like 60% faster than anybody who have been on that job. Wow. And this is a younger generation. This is a younger generation. And they didn't understand why the person will come 30 minutes, the person said, I'm done. And the person is doing other things, maybe going out or... In fact, this is where you have to sit down and say, oh, wow, can we know the tools? Can we do double of it? Can we do something? Right. But you don't just sabotage the person and say, so they were saying the person should now, no, read the thing, write it on paper. You're stressing the person, seriously.
I see. So apart from flexibility, what other things can we talk about? So
aside flexibility, we are looking at clear path when it comes to promotions and how I can progress. Right. Because everybody is looking at my career progression. So when I join a company and the structures are not clear, there's no fair, guidelines on who gets to this point and who gets, I will not be comfortable.
What does the structures look like?
So most organizations, they don't even have a promotion structure. Okay, they will just tell you verbally that, oh, after your job, you get promotion. And a lot of people, after probation, after 1 year, they engage in this conversation and it's like non-starter. Oh, we didn't say that. Right. Because it's not documented anywhere. And sometimes you'll be asking questions. How long have you been in this organization? The person say 10 years. how long have you progressed within 10 years? Oh, I'm still there. And you join and you'll be asking, do I want to be here and also be on one same ladder for 10 years? Because when we are talking about career progression, we are looking at the steps on the professional journey or trajectory. Okay, so we have types of, career progression. We have the one that you have to be in one company. That is called the linear one. So you are in one company for like 5 to 10 years, and you are progressing small according to their ladder.
Okay.
And then we have the skillful one, the one that maybe you are a software developer, you become a software engineer, you progress on the same skill. Or you are an HR officer, you move to HR manager, you go to HR business partner, HR director.
Right.
That one you are trying to progress on your thing. Professional, one thing. So people look at these things and they say, no, I don't want to stay in one organization for 10 years. I know organizations that you have to be on one role for 6 years plus before you can move to the next. 6 years, so regardless of how good you are. For them, it's not about your skills and how competent you are. It's about being on the tenure, the longevity on one particular role before you can move. And so if somebody is good and the person knows that, oh, I am good, everybody says it, and I have to also queue like everybody, the person will leave. You lose that kind of talent.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Does money also play a role in this?
Yeah, money does. Money does, because let's be frank, the cost of living is high. And if, let's say, I have to sit with you and then from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., 8 hours, and I'm getting something like less than my transportation and my feeding, okay? And then I can do like 2 roles, remote and something else, or content creation, or social media selling, or something. And when I join the 2, I'm getting like 3 times what you give me for spending my whole life with you.
Yeah.
I will not do, because at the end of the day, I have to survive. I have to be able to take care of some basic things. And most organizations, they don't have salary structures. And if they even have salary structures, maybe the whole year is 5%. If I calculate 5% on maybe my salary, if it is 500 cedis, how much am I getting? It's like 25 cedis or so. So if I stay 10 years, 25 cedis and 10 is how much? Is it worth it? So these are some of the questions that the younger generations are asking. And aside that, you see that the inflation rate is maybe 10%, and annual increment is 5%. It doesn't correspond. Indirectly, the people are struggling in that organization. So you see older generations there, and the person is always complaining of, even those who are in the managerial position are also complaining about money. So you ask yourself, even if I sit here and go through the tenor and get to the managerial, I'll still have financial issues and challenges. So I have to think through it and figure it out. These are some of the conversations that people ask, because they look at the older generation, they are about to hit retirement, and you ask them few questions and it's full of regrets. And you ask yourself, do I also want to end up like that? Should I think outside the box? Should I look elsewhere? Should I double the game or something? Yeah. So these are some of the practical conversations that, challenges the younger generations to, look elsewhere, and hit it up.
I see. Now, how role does purpose also play in there? Because I see that a lot of the young people today are purpose driven.
Yeah.
So they don't want to come and sit there and be doing something that they don't find fulfillment in.
It's very important.
Does that also play a role?
It plays a very key role. Someone can be very comfortable. I know a lady, she's very comfortable where she is. In
terms of like the money and all of that?
The money, aside that, they give her the room to do everything. When she has any ideas, they give her the room to implement the structures and systems that are legit. But what she's doing is not what she's passionate about.
So she doesn't enjoy it?
She enjoys it, but she's not passionate, because, I look at myself and I want to ask myself, do I want to do this for the rest of my life? It's a no. So if the person gets another opportunity where it is in line with the purpose and the passion, maybe the salary will not even match up to this. Maybe it is a bit rigid, but the person wants to give it a try, because that is where the purpose and the passion is. So sometimes we also, as traditional organizations, we also have to look at these things as we look at our progression, the career progression of the people working in. So when the people come in and they say, oh, I think we can do ABC, we can create this, we shouldn't say, no, this is how things are done here. You can say, oh, can you lead that? Can you lead that conversation? If you can lead that conversation, what and what do you need? We will support you. Let's give them the chance. By the time you realize they've created, channel of income where you wouldn't have been able to do.
Right.
And then they've been able to even push the organization forward in different angles that maybe it is not in your business strategy for that year. But if it is not going to cost you much, can we just put the person there for the person to do something for us to see if it is possible? So these are some of the purpose is very important. Passion is, and the question is that, is it about staying here long, or what are the values I have and what am I passionate about? And when I'm given the opportunity between passion, values and longevity, I'm going to always go for passion and value than longevity, because after all, what is the pay for longevity? What is the pay for longevity? It's only few organizations that I've seen that, oh, people stayed and at the end of the retirement they build house for them for free. It's just few. Few. But aside that, if I can work, like someone was telling me, the person was in a very good position, like a big man. Everybody calls him big man. And his salary was okay, but not like that much. So he knows what he goes through. Yeah. Everybody sees him as big man. And then he got another private job. And this private job was paying him 4 times what he did and was a fixed term 1 year. He stopped. He left that one, the security long-term government work. Big man. And he went there. He told me, Lydia, within a year, I built a house. I bought a car. And I don't even care if it will not continue. I've built relationships. The person is doing the PhD right now. And people will come after him.
Yeah, that's true.
He took the 1 year, got the money, gave birth out of it, built a house, bought a car. So you can look at it. Can look at it. We have to really reward people who are loyal. Seriously.
All right. So, if you just tuned in, this is Business Breakfast on Z101.9 FM. This is where we have conversations that will make your business go forward. Conversations that will help you to be able to, make sense of exactly the trends that are currently happening. And this morning, we're talking about why many young people are skeptical about staying in one job for a very long time. And Lydia Quisson is my guest. She's a career coach and an HR consultant. She's helping us have this conversation this morning. You're also free to join us. We've opened the phone lines now. If you have any comments, questions, feel free to call us and then let us hear them. 0544 321019 0544 321019. You can send me a WhatsApp as well on the same number 0544 321019, or you can call on 030 3956 030 and then we give you the opportunity to share your thoughts with us this morning. We're streaming live on Facebook at ZFMGH and on YouTube at Z Multimedia. Please drop a comment under the live stream as well, and we'll read them for you this morning. All right, Lydia, let's continue the conversation now. We've spoken about the expectations of a lot of the young people. But one thing that we are seeing, like I said from the beginning, is that people are hopping jobs. Yeah. So you take somebody's CV and they've done some 3 months here. They've done 1 month here, 2 months here. Is that a problem, or is it something natural? It's
a problem. I wanted to even say that, the engagement I've had with most employers and some HR professionals across the industry is that for the past 2 years, you can post a job, something that initially you get a lot of applications, and now nobody. It happened to me recently.
Wow.
It happened. It happened. You post a job, because mostly when I post a job within like 2 days, I closed the. But this time it was on for like a week, and I checked and I was like, what's happening? And this kind of thing. If the job is not attractive, and one thing is that the new skills that these young generations have, majority have digital skills and all
yeah.
that. The jobs that are traditional mostly don't demand some of these skills. They don't. And so the person will be asking questions. If I want to do this, what happens to my digital skills? Are they going to even pay me more for, bringing my digital skills on? And they are not, organizations are not ready to pay more for that. And because they feel, oh, the person is just an entry level, mostly the pay is they think they are doing the individual a favor for employing that person.
Because we see there are no jobs.
There are no jobs. But the truth is that there are jobs every day. A lot of people are getting jobs every day. It's about how you strategize. And if you have your skills in check, because, every day their demands are changing and realities are changing. So if you have your skills in check, you'll be able to grab certain jobs. Sometimes people are not even going after jobs. The jobs are coming after them. And they have to think through it. They have to think through it. On LinkedIn, personally, I've gotten jobs without applications.
Wow.
Yes, because they reach out to me, a lot of offers, they reach out to me, and then they bring the offer, you decide to take or not.
Or not.
You see. So it is high time we look at it, because our recruitment process are not even attractive. They are not attractive. And I always say that in as much as the employer is looking for someone, the employee also have to be sure whether I need this person in my life at this time. If you know your values, you should be sure, because you enter there and you will quit. Right.
Yeah.
And so sometimes too, the people are not willing to go, but when they enter, what they were told or what they saw is different from. So that kind of culture imbalance.
Right.
Because you have to be culturally, fit. So the person entered the organizations and everything looks different. And the person is not able to, adapt, and then the person leaves. So a lot of things are happening in the recruitment sector now. And we have to look at the recruitment process. We have to look at how we can, make it more attractive so we can attract key talents.
Okay.
It's very important. And also the culture bit. Is the culture receptive to younger generation, the Gen Zs? Are organizations' culture receptive to Gen Zs? That's the question.
Right.
Because most of them organizations' culture, they are not receptive to Gen Zs. Someone was saying that there's one intern who came. They wanted the person, and the person said, okay, we are giving you this amount or this amount. You choose one. The other one is bigger, the other one is lesser, but you come to the office twice. The person went for the lesser with coming to the office
with
twice.
Flexibility. Okay. No, but my question really is about, you work as an HR consultant, right? And there's a particular narrative that if you come to an HR with a CV that has like very small, like you've done a lot of things, but you just spent 2 months, 1 month, 3 weeks, or maybe a year, and then you move on to other jobs. Sometimes the HR professional think that even if I employ you today, you won't spend too much time. And I'm asking if that itself is a problem. The fact that people are jumping from another thing, or it's normal to like move from jobs.
No, it's a problem. Personally, I gave someone an opportunity.
Yeah.
I knew the person would have left, because when I asked the person, your previous employer, did you even inform your employer before you quit? He said no. The person did the same thing. Yes. So it is not very attractive as a young professional to be hopping jobs.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, it's a bit of mistrust. When we look at your CV, and sometimes we will listen to you, it is like a 50-50. We have to be sure.
All right.
Okay, because I know that if you spend 2 months here, I'll ask you why you left. I'll call your employer, do my background checks. That kind of thing. And then when I want to bring you on, I should also know that you can leave at any time. So it's a challenge.
Yeah.
Because I will not spend my cost. There's a cost to hire.
Right.
So when I spend cost in terms of time, money, resource, everything, and then I bring you on board, and you are going to be here 2 months, do you think I'll bring you on board?
No.
I will not. So hopping is not good.
what is a realistic duration? Like that, if somebody has spent maybe that duration, you can actually let it go.
For me, in reality, I should see like a year and above.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in reality, a year and above. Okay, for me to be sure. And the preferred one is 3 to 5 years.
But that is no longer the case because of the things you spoke about earlier.
The preferred one that was some years back has been 3 to 5 years. I said 1 year because people will always come and say it was a fixed term contract.
Ah, okay.
That's the strategy that
they use.
And then if it's a fixed term, you cannot question because
it.
I mean, after all, the term ended and then I left.
I had to move
So
on.
that's the strategy that I'm giving out for free. That people really use that.
Right.
Yeah. So 1 year is a bit okay.
Okay. How about if you've done 2 years? 2 months, 9 months, or something? You don't add it to your CV at all.
Yes. So that's something I actually coach people, especially people who have built some career journey and then they got into jobs like 2-3 months they left. I always say that don't add it to the CV. Don't add it to the CV. Okay. If you are doing something like on your own, it's better to add that one with a longer duration on the CV than putting that 2 months that can be a conversation in the interview room all long regardless. So don't add it to the CV at all. At all, because it is going to bring a lot of conversation, and at the end of the day you will still not get a job.
Okay. Right, I have a question here, or is a comment. Let me see. It says that good morning, congratulations on your educative programs. My question, however, is on the issue of remuneration. Is it about productivity, i.e. the quantum of work efficiently discharged, or the number of hours spent in the office? And my name is Osei Bunsu from Kaswa. So I don't know if you get the question. Maybe I should read it again. Okay.
I get the question. Right. He's talking about remuneration and how organizations structure remuneration.
Right.
Mostly, I also think that in Ghana, our daily wage must be checked, because most of the foreign organizations that come to Ghana, the first thing they look at is what is the daily wage that has been approved by government.
Okay.
And if you look at our daily wage, there's nothing to. So mostly they just up it a bit so that it's like we are still within range. But if you do that, and it's a caution I'm sending out there, if you do that, it means that you're not going to attract top talents and people who are going to be committed to you, because they'll enter and they'll steal from you. They'll enter and steal from you because you're not paying them well.
Yeah.
Right. So yes, what determines remuneration and how it's one, as I mentioned, you have to look at the laws, the national laws, okay, in terms of what is acceptable and not. Number 2, the industry in question.
Okay.
Okay. Number 3, the role description, what you are going to do, the role description. All right. Then number 4, hours on the job. So if it is 2 hours, 3 hours, you have 4 hours. If it's a rotational job, it also plays a role in that.
Okay.
And then other factors. Now, remuneration should not just be your net salary. We have to look at it on a basis of compensation discussion. When we talk about salary, it's different from compensation, because compensation is about what you are taking home plus other benefits. So one strategy I always give to the youth is that when you go and they say the salary is fixed and it's small, actually negotiate on other benefits. Okay. Such as transportation allowance, rent allowance, clothing allowance, airtime, phone something, training and development allowance. So that if you're a professional, you know that annually the company is going to pay for you to attend your conference.
Right.
And these are all monetary. So if they are going to give you those benefits, and it also covers, it means that you can save the little you are gaining and still benefit from other things like transportation, where you could have paid with your own income.
Oh, okay.
So these are some of the things. Sometimes the salary is very small, but the compensations are very huge. And when you balance it, it makes sense. So whoever asked the question,
that's Osei Bunsu.
there are lots of Osei Bunsu. There are lots of factors that are checked before we actually structure remuneration.
Right.
And we also look at sustainability. Right.
I see. Okay, Lydia, our time is almost up, but I think we've had a very good conversation. Sometimes I wonder where the
think we
time.
have to start
I
again.
Sometimes I wonder where the time flies to, you know. But yeah, I think it's been a very good conversation. But let's touch on maybe two more things, and then we can go. What are the kinds of, and I'm talking about skills now. What are the kind of skills that will be most relevant in the coming maybe like 5 to 10 years that young people should like be looking out for or should be getting?
For me, it's always number one is communication.
Okay.
Because of this kind of tech and all that, most of the young people, their social media perception, so the engagement bits, the one-on-one individual engagement is really going down. I did a research on how social media influence face-to-face interaction. That was a research I did.
Oh, okay.
And you could see that, yes, if you even sit in the Trotsky today, nobody talks to anybody. Everybody's on their phone.
Yeah, that's true.
And so anytime someone has to open their mouth and engage, it becomes a concern. Like meaning and how constructive, and it becomes, the person has to say a lot. But when the person is typing, the person is able to say that freely. So communication is very key today and tomorrow. I mean, in future. Communication is, clarity in communication is very important. Now, emotional intelligence is also highly, important. Okay. Now let's talk about adaptability.
Right.
Okay. You have to be able to adapt, because adaptability, we are looking at the global environment, digitalization, remote work, flexibility, everything is how you are able to adapt. If you are not able to adapt, the world will move faster and you'll be behind. So adaptability is very key. And then, of course, how to leverage digital tools. So every profession that you are in, if you're an HR, you should be able to use data to analyze your data with ease. So every profession that you are in, we are looking at the figures, the numbers. So you have to look at the key tools that are relevant across the globe, and try to adapt. If not, a time is coming, you'll be the one doing more, but you are not going to be paid because the results will not, be that kind of, and then aside that, AI, and automation, very, very important.
Right.
We have to also look at that and enhance that. So in general, these are the key things that, because we are talking about agile and agility and all that.
Yeah.
So adaptability is very, very important. Yes.
Right, Lydia. Advise any CEO that is listening to us now. Yes, and then you also speak to young people who maybe want to go into, if you were advising a young person who is interested in entrepreneurship, freelancing, the corporate career thing, and you want to give them guidance, what would you say to them, that person? And then now, if there's anybody who is a like an employer or a CEO or something you want to talk to as well, you have the chance to do those two. Yeah.
Okay. So, dear young persons, dear young professionals, regardless of the career path you want to take, if you are going to be long and relevant in that career journey, whether you are going to work for someone, you are going to have your own business, whatever you want to do, you have to know that loyalty is very important. Right. Trust is very important, because if you don't do this, no one will come to you, and your clients will always not, they will not be continued, right? So loyalty and being truthful is very important.
Okay.
Now, consistency is very, very important. Time management, very, very important. If you can't say that your project will be ready tomorrow, and then when we call, your lines are blocked. Time management is very, very important. You have to also learn to adapt, and you have to also learn to communicate to people well. So it is not just about entrepreneurship and freelancing,
right? Because
people jump into that and they still don't succeed. It's about checking your behavior, building upon your skills, and also leveraging AI and technology to be relevant. All right, now CEOs, please, the younger generations are not a challenge. It is high time we listen and adapt our systems and structures. We can be very certain that these systems have been there and working for us for more than 20 years. Now, if we are willing to bring these young professionals on board, we have to look at our structures, our systems, so we can be able to absorb them, and also for them to give us, contribute to the progress of the organization. Aside this, can we look at how we can, be flexible in our decision makings,
Right.
be flexible in our policies, dear my HR professionals, in our policy manuals and things, because we know some of these things can also encourage, participation, can encourage, contributions, initiation, and creativity. So it is long time we look at this. We have to analyze and audit our policies, our structures, our systems, so we can absorb the generational, the current generation. Yes.
Lydia, thank you very much. It's been a good conversation. I'm really grateful that you came.
Yes,
thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yes. All right. So that was Lydia Kwesing. Lydia Kwesing is an HR consultant, and she's a career coach as well. And she joined us this morning. We talked about why many young people are skeptical about staying in one particular job for a very long time, why they are increasingly skeptical about long-term corporate career paths. And Lydia spoke about quite a number of things. The young people today are looking for flexibility, they are looking for good money, they are looking for something that aligns with their purpose and their passion and all of that. And so those are the things. How businesses must create jobs, or must create atmospheres around some of these things so that the young people would want to come, because freelancing and all of that are on the rise. And so if you don't do the things that will make the young people come to you, they may be moving to other things, and then you probably find yourself wanting. And so that's how we wrap up today on our conversation on the Business Breakfast on Z. But we're back again tomorrow at exactly 6:15 a.m. We have very important conversations coming up to you tomorrow as well. So please keep listening to Z 101.9 FM. My name is Nitra Bihamon. I'll see you tomorrow. When you think Ghana, think Z. Up next is The Brighter Side with Jeremy Okoria Mwako. I'll see you.